Telling our story is an inclusive view of the people in our community who share our goals and dreams, but who may face different challenges moving forward. We hope that you come away from each of our shows inspired. Thank you so much for watching. Coming up next, Telling Your Story with Terrel and Nick. Welcome to Telling Your Story with Terrel and Nick. I'm Nick.
Yes, I'm Terrell.
And we are your co-hosts. Thank you so much for watching. Today is a very exciting show. We hope that you're having an awesome day, and it's only going to get more awesome because our topic is fun in Montgomery County.
I love fun.
I know, me too.
Yes.
I love a chance to try new things, to make friends, and to belong to a group. And there are some amazing options for fun in Montgomery County, and nobody knows more about fun than our special guest today, Charlie Butler.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yes, Charlie, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so honored that you want me to come here today. So this is wonderful. Thanks.
Thank
That's
you. Well, it's
awesome.
great to have you here. We're really excited that you're going to be able to tell your story to Terrell and I. We really want to share as much as we can about Montgomery County therapeutic recreation and all the wonderful programs that you run.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My job is to make things fun. You know, so I am on the same line as you are. So I'm here to make sure things are more funner.
Oh,
So-
that's excellent.
All
That's
right,
right.
that sounds
So,
good.
so you're the guy behind the fun.
I hope so. Yes. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, I have been in your group for a very long time.
Yes.
And it is awesome to me. Is it for real? Is it awesome?
Yes, it is very awesome. And so and I work on making it awesomer.
All right.
So that's
that
another
sounds
word,
good.
more
I
awesome.
like that.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is funner and awesomer.
Yes.
So this is great.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it
this
is
could not
great.
be more funner.
That's right,
Funner,
Nick.
yes.
Perfect. Charlie, we would love to know all about your programs, the
Okay.
ages, the people that you serve. But first, we'd love to know a little bit about you
Sure.
and your background. Can you share
Sure.
with Terrell and I, though we've known you and worked alongside you in so many different capacities, we'd love to know, how'd you land here?
Well, I actually, a long time ago, I'm not that old, but a long time ago, I actually volunteered with Special Olympics, and I know Terrell is part of Special Olympic programs there. So, but in high school, it's one of the things I wanted to do, and it's working with individuals with disabilities. I was an athlete, and I thought it'd be a good match, and so that was my first real experience, you know, working with individuals. So I did that a couple of times, went to college, went to Frostburg. You know, so we try to keep people to go to Frostburg.
All right.
And again, volunteered doing Special Olympics up there. And actually my degree is in urban planning, but I did a lot of work in planning community centers, recreation community centers. And so it was my combination of those two things that kind of led me towards my continuation of working with people with disabilities or so. So.
Wow, that sounds fun.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
An interesting way to have gotten where you are.
Yes.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Oh yes,
True.
oh yes, oh yes. So I did that. When I graduated out, I actually went to work in a residential treatment facility, which was totally different from what I thought I would be doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually ended up doing recreation activities with teens. So
that's
Wow.
with teens for
That
about
sounds
13
great.
years. So and from there came over to Montgomery County Recreation, and I've been working in therapeutic recreation for the last 21 years. So
right.
There we go. As long as,
Wow.
about as long as I've known Terrell. You know,
Yeah,
so-
that's awesome.
That's right.
So you are a good friend of mine, and also so I want to know: is your program still awesome, or is it go down? Is it?
Oh, no, we're never going to let it go down. We're never going to let it go
We
down.
like to ask the hard questions.
All
That's a hard question,
sounds
that's
good,
right.
That sounds good. Keep it going. That sounds good. I like that.
Well, one of the
Charlie.
things we always do is to always try to add new things. You know,
Okay.
so after a certain period of time, I think people want to try new activities, new programs, and so we always try to add in new trips.
Right.
We've gone from doing aerobic classes, and now we've moved more towards core and exercise and heavy duty
Yeah.
yogas. We're trying to look at Pilates classes.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yes. Oh, yes. So yes. So you know, you always want to make it fresh. You always want to offer new activities.
Right.
So even for myself, I know if I did the same thing all the time,
Sure.
you know,
get
it just
bored.
get bored. You get bored.
Absolutely.
So
all the time.
yes,
Yeah.
you know, so
Charlie, can you talk about, 21 years is, so
Yes.
first of all, kudos to you. That's
All right, good
wonderful.
job.
yes, yes.
We would love to know, is there a favorite part of your job that you could share? I'm sure you have lots of favorite parts, but
Sure.
before we get into all the different programs, which Terrell and I are very excited to hear about, but is there something about your job that you would say is your absolute favorite?
I think just getting the opportunity to meet people all the time and just kind of follow their lives and where they've come from. Fortunately for me in therapeutic recreation, we have a lot of kids who start out at 5, 6, 7 years old. And over 20 years, they're 26 or 27. Wow. And I get to
Right,
see their
right.
growth. And even with Terrell, you know, over the
Sure.
20 years, I've seen his growth
Yeah.
or so and what he's done over the years. So that part for me, it always, it changes, but it's always the same in some ways because I love just to see where people are at, you know, after a period of time.
Oh,
And so,
that sounds good.
yeah, I think in general recreation, if you do classes, you know, you see people, but you don't get the personal part of it. And here in therapeutic recreation, we get to see the personality, the people and growth and so. So I would always say for myself and my other coworkers, that's the most fun that we have.
That's
So.
wonderful. I can imagine in your job what an incredible opportunity it is to see people grow
Yes.
and to really become their best selves and try new things, take challenges, get out of their
Right.
comfort zone.
Yes, absolutely.
And you guys are there as a net for them, and I
Yes.
can imagine that's a really wonderful part of your job.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even for Terrell, I've saw pieces with the Olympics parts, and you were
Right.
kayaking.
Yeah,
There's some out there on the road and sailing and stuff like that.
yeah.
So
I
and
did
that's one of the
kayaking.
programs that we do. We actually do take people on the Potomac and the canal
Right.
and put them in kayaks and canoes. Like, go ahead, you can go do this. Come in, something like that. So
Yeah,
Awesome.
I remember that.
yeah. So you've done that. So it's an opportunity to do things. We want to be funner.
Funner. That is the name of the game.
Well, and
Funner.
that's what we're going to hear more about, and we're going to continue our awesome chat and learn more how we can have more funner and awesomer things in our
Yes.
lives
Yes.
when we come back right after this break.
Don't go away because we will be back in a fun flash.
I see what you did
go.
there.
Yeah.
Donate goods in response to an international disaster, it's expensive.
They have to cross the sea, pass through customs, be inspected, sorted, then finally delivered.
And often they arrive too late to help, making your good intentions feel a little empty.
There is a better way.
Cash donations are fast, simple, and allow professional relief workers to purchase supplies close at hand.
Cash is best. Learn more at CIDI.org.
It's our duty to serve veterans and military families who serve their country in the most difficult ways imaginable. Together, we can say thank you in so many ways. Small acts of kindness mean more than anything. With our support, veterans and military families can face even the most difficult challenges. Let's honor their service with ours.
For care as special as your child, we offer medical child care with nurses on site located in Rockville. As a program of the Arc of Montgomery County, we provide a typical child care environment, meeting the needs of medically fragile children, including daily nursing assessments, while learning through a state-approved curriculum. If you know of a child between 6 weeks and 5 years old who needs our services, contact us at the Family, Infant, and Child Care Center at 301-279-2165.
Welcome back. Charlie, Terrel and I would love for you to break down the programs that you have. I know you offer so many wonderful programs. You reach a lot of people. You serve so many people. Can you share with us just kind of breaking them down, the programs that folks can look into at Therapeutic Rec?
Sure. A big part of our programs are summer camps.
Okay.
And they're for kids from ages 5 to 21. So we take in teens or so, which we offer a number of different activities, you know, so we're going to be, I said earlier, like we take kids out on the Potomac in canoes and kayaks, and so there's travel camps. Yeah, there's travel camps, but we also have camps that are based in community centers or in schools. We try to take them on trips in the community, a lot of socializing or so. So, you know, you sort of get away from that school thing during the year, and now you're getting into the fun rec stuff in the summertime. So summer camps are a big piece, but then during the rest of the year, we do social clubs for our adults, our young adults. Where we're going to dinner theaters, plays, socials, dances. We do an overnight trip. Overnight trip. You've been overnight.
You know, overnight. That on the trip that we went to the beach and it had
Ocean
some
City.
fun.
Nice.
Yes. So I think we've been doing Ocean City longer than I've been there. So about 25 years or so.
Wow, that's
been doing it.
amazing.
Oh yes. So a lot of social clubs, but then we go to the traditional recreation classes with the martial arts, we do exercise, we do the arts and crafts kind of things. So it's pottery. We're actually going to offer a new coloring class. You know, so I know that's a big thing now.
That's big right now. Oh yes, coloring is huge.
Yes, absolutely.
And so therapeutic.
Yes,
so it's perfect.
Yeah, and you had to stay on the line and all that.
Well, you don't have to necessarily stay in the
Terrel,
lines.
I can never stay in the line.
Oh,
I don't know what I do. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're going to offer that. I'm very excited because we're offering ballet classes.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's going to be for kids ages 6 to 10 or so.
Okay, Charlie, how can people learn more about your program? I know you have program overall, but can you stretch it more, like make it more better, or does it stay the same?
Okay.
Well, it sounds like you've made a lot of changes over the 21 years that you've been there.
Absolutely.
And you've got these awesome camps. You're moving into ballet. You're very current with the therapeutic coloring. That's pretty current.
Yes, it
that
is.
is good.
And any other programs, Charlie, that you want to share for our audience that are coming up around the corner they could be thinking about?
Sure. We also are trying to offer a new brain games kind of activities. And so it's puzzle solving, looking at it's sort of like the word game kind of things. So it's a totally new program for us. So there's a number of individuals who really like the thinking part of it and figuring out puzzles and things like that. So we're going to actually offer a class with that. So, and I think that's going to be very challenging. So we'll see how that goes, but hopefully I think it'll be something where if it's too easy, we'll make it harder next week. You know, we'll keep getting harder and harder and harder.
Great.
So it's got to be a challenge, right?
Yeah, I like challenge. Yeah, that's good.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, good. What more about what can you tell shy people about your program? Because I know people like to watch TV or listen to music. And you need to get out of the house and enjoy your life. What are your plans for that?
Well, I totally, they're not like you, right? So, you know, I mean, because I know how shy you are. So normally what we tell people is, you know, the first time they come to a program, you know, we try to say, why don't you come to a dance or so? And our dances are not really big, you know, 80 to 100 people. I mean, so it's a nice size, but it's not overwhelming. And we normally tell people, come find me, find Angela, and let us walk you around and introduce you to people. Because
Okay.
it can be really hard sometimes to go
Sure.
out there to meet people. So
Oh,
we always
yes.
offer that. So even if you want to take a class, we'll say somebody can come out and meet you and talk to you about this and
Like
go
a
through things.
tour?
We can do a
almost?
tour.
Yeah.
We'll talk to our
Great.
instructors and say, okay, this is Terrell, the first time he's ever done a class. Might be a little nervous, but we
Right.
just want to make sure that he feels comfortable with your class.
Yeah.
So we do that a lot, and a lot of times we'll talk on the phone to people.
Okay.
And
that's
just
good.
let them know exactly what's going to happen. So it's no surprises when you get there.
Right.
So I think that really helps people who are a little more shyer, kind of
Yeah.
come up the shell a little bit. So just little pieces of it.
Yeah, like
so-
coming out of your shell.
Coming out of-
Well, one of the things that we do, Charlie, on our shows, we actually, people write in. And so
Okay.
I selected a letter today that I thought was particularly appropriate.
Okay.
And I'd love to get your take, and of course, your take on this. And
Alright.
it goes like this.
Okay.
Dear Terrell and Nick, my name is Tom. I have been home all summer. I'm getting bored watching TV and playing video games. I am on the autistic spectrum, and I'm also starting high school. I would like to meet new people. Can you help me find a way to meet new people in Montgomery County? Bored, Tom. So Tom, we decided to pick your letter to read today, and you've got
Yes.
the Master of Fun,
Fun,
over
yes,
here.
yes.
And of course, Terrell and I are here to share some thoughts. So thank you for writing in. I'm going to turn it over to you first. Do you have some advice for Tom? I mean, what are some things you think he could do to get out? As you were saying, he's very plugged in, admittedly,
Yes,
of his
yes.
own words. So what do you
Right.
think?
I think enjoy fun. Make sure meet new people. If you don't want to meet new people, meet Charlie. Charlie will hook you up with new people.
I'm going to hook you
right?
up, yeah. Give it new
It's
people.
win-win.
Yes, yes.
At this point, that's what I'm hearing. It's win-win.
Win-win.
Okay. So, well, I look at it with, he's 15 or so he's at school. He's in high school
so he's
still.
in school, yeah.
And so like
In
that.
high
So
school.
sometimes it's helpful if you have a friend at school to ask them also, what do you do on weekends? What do you do after school?
That's great.
And they might say, I go to an art class. I might do an exercise class or so. And if you start there or
Right.
so, you can then branch out and start looking at other
Okay.
programs or so. So we have programs online.
Right.
I know a lot of people, he probably can find it himself because if he's online doing
probably
things,
could.
he
No,
probably
that's
can look it up.
great.
So,
Yeah.
so and our website is www.montgomerycountymd.gov
Okay.
/rec, R-E-C.
Okay.
And that's where you can find recreation. But we're also on activemontgomery.org. And that's where you can see all of the classes we offer. You can also register for classes or so. But I would say, I would ask your friends and see what they're doing at school, and kind of
Yeah.
start slowly from there and branching out a little bit. So
That makes sense.
there may be a lot of
Charlie.
activities at school. At 15, there's a lot of
Sure.
after-school programs.
Right.
And as a department, we do offer after-school programs at some high schools. So
Oh,
that's another
that's
possibility.
great.
Yeah,
Wow, that
there's
is
there's
great.
some teen club things.
So Tom, thank you for writing in. I
Yes.
hope that the feedback that you got both from Charlie and of course from Terrell is helpful to you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, and I think what I'm really hearing from both of them is just one step at a time, and you'll get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
absolutely.
you for writing
Yes.
in. Charlie, kind of back to what Terrell was asking, if somebody is really interested but somewhat nervous
Mm-hmm.
coming in, so taking their time, kind of baby steps, or just slowly taking their time easing in, are there other opportunities too, like you were saying with the trips? If someone were to go or register,
Yes.
but they didn't know anybody,
Okay.
how would that work?
I normally, like I said, I would talk on the phone first and kind of get a good idea of where they're coming from, how shy they are, do they know other people, and like I said earlier, I try to walk them through the whole process
Okay,
and kind of get an idea of what to expect. Because I think, if you have too high of an expectation or you think people are going to, come up and say something, or you're going to be just so nervous and so you have no idea what's going on,
Yeah,
it makes it
sure.
harder.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think the more information that we give, the better.
Right.
Or so it's my entire office, everybody who works in therapeutic recreation. And I do have to say, we do have a second part of our name. So we are also inclusion services. So if you
What
also,
does that mean?
so if you have a disability and let's say you're hard of hearing or you may be deaf, so we can
Right.
request an interpreter
Oh,
or
okay.
or if you have poor vision or
Right.
things like that, you can get braille or large print or
Right.
so. And so we make accommodations for any disability as much as we can to be able to participate in recreation activities. So,
Okay.
That's
so the,
wonderful.
So the
I-
inclusion part, yeah.
We didn't know that. That's really
No, we
great.
didn't.
Yeah, and we also have companions. So we're really heavy in companions in the summer with the kids in camps.
Okay.
And they are typically high school kids who we bring in and train. And they go to camp every day with kids and help them to mainstream within the camps. So
All right.
you can imagine some kids, there's some camps that might have 150 kids.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a lot of kids.
A lot of kids,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And so, for some kids it's a lot, but if they have a high school companion who goes in, sits with them and says, we're gonna do this next, we're gonna transition into these activities next and kind of give them a heads up, or so it helps them more and more with the programs. And so, but we do it year round. So if there's swim lessons and you have a child who is very hyperactive and has a hard time paying attention to the instructor, we can normally find another person to come in and say, okay, Johnny, it's time to slow down, pay attention to the instructor. So we do all types of companions, accommodations, even with going into seeing an instructor like who's doing line dancing. And maybe you're kind of nervous about asking somebody else to be your partner.
Sure.
So we can go to an instructor and say, oh, so-and-so's coming to your class, they have a hard time with things like this. You may want to pay a little bit more attention, or so to help them with this. They're a little bit more shyer. You might want to do the first dance with them. And so we can reach out to instructors and let them know also that, we won't necessarily say what the disability is.
Right.
So you don't want to, give everything out there or so like that, but they just know in general
Absolutely.
the person has a disability and this is the
That-
best way
that can
you can
work.
help them.
I think it sounds like, what a treasure to have this department in Montgomery County with so many support measures in place
Yes.
to create successful recreation opportunities for folks of any age
Yes.
that have intellectual differences or physical challenges in Montgomery County. I think it's
Yeah.
amazing, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Charlie, I did have a
That would be
question.
good.
Maybe our audience is thinking about, are folks allowed to use respite funds for your programming?
Yes. A lot of respite funding is used during the summer
Okay.
with camps,
Okay.
which seems to be the most need, I guess, also with the kids or so for parents because of their kids being a little younger or so.
Okay.
Sometimes the money is there in the adult programs, but not as much or so. But we do use like a lot of third-party payments or so.
Okay.
So
Okay,
people
excellent.
get grants or whatever programs, and they can use that to help pay. And the department also has a program called Rec Assist,
Okay.
and it's all based on disability and income. There's a number of questions that you would fill out, and then there's a determination of how much money, scholarship or so, that you would be able to use. So typically somebody may be able to get $150 to use throughout the year for any program. And so the key of it is that you would pay 20% of the cost, and then you
Right.
can use your Rec Assist to pay the difference. And so that allows a lot of people who have more difficulty with paying
Sure.
do stuff like that. Not that our programs are very expensive anyway.
Right,
You know,
right. Well, that was
so-
my last question is ballpark for pricing for your programming for a class, let's say.
Sure. For my classes, for the therapeutic classes, they are going to be between $40 to $60,
Okay.
and they're normally 8-week classes, sometimes 10 weeks.
Okay.
So it just depends on what type of class it is. Pottery classes, art classes like that are going to be a little bit higher. They might run $70 to $80.
Okay.
But our basic aerobic classes or so are basically around $40. And so they're very affordable over 8 weeks, like $5 a class.
Gosh, that's great.
So
Wow.
for an hour class.
I
So
know. I know.
That's amazing.
It is.
I would like to join your group.
you can come back to my
That's
group.
good.
Come back to my group. Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So
I could do that.
yeah. I would say the great Terrell.
I
you
know, he's back.
He's back. He's
You'd be
back.
like a
something
guest
that.
star.
Yeah.
He'll come to a dance every now and then, and people stand up and cheer, and it's like Terrell's back. Oh my God, Terrell's back. So
And then I leave on
and then he leaves, and we see him like 6 months later. So
6 months later, I come back.
And he comes back. So so he just has to make an appearance every now and then,
I
just so
love
people
it.
know. So
I'll go with
Yeah.
you. It sounds really fun.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
it's so fun.
I think it
yeah,
sounds
let's
great.
do that.
yes. So but
Can I have an idea? Can I take Nick for like a guest to your group?
you pay for it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not free.
You're not free. Yeah.
Not free.
Yeah, you can bring it. But we do let people bring guests for free. You know, we
right.
for the first timers who've never been there, even at a dance, if you call me and say I've never been to a dance, and I really want to do this, a lot of times I'll let people come free.
All
You know,
right.
so I just want the exposure. I want them to see what things are like.
And the
Yes.
second come,
Then I'm charging you. Yeah. Then you're gonna pay. Well, for you, I'm gonna charge twice the amount. So because
You still got
you
that.
work like 3 or
Okay.
4 jobs, so you can pay this. So
Okay, I can do that.
you can do that. Yes.
Yes.
Charlie, moving forward,
Okay.
where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I hope that I'm still with recreation in some capacity or so. I really do enjoy working with individuals with disabilities. So I mean, a lot of people know my son has a disability, and he's done recreation for a long time. You know, we all have fun in rec. You know, 'cause whenever you have kids, your kids become rec kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You know, so they're with you all the time, and so they know every pool, every community center, every park. Or so, something like that.
Oh,
So,
wow.
and he enjoys it a lot still, and he'll still go with me to things. So, I'm hoping that I'm still doing it in some capacity or so, and still with this part of it. So, not that I'm really old, but
You are not really
I'm not
old.
really old,
You are
but
not. And I'm sure that you're going to have so many more programs to create and so
the
many
time.
people you're going to reach and serve.
yes,
And I know we are very grateful that that the programs are here, but really that you're here because you are at the helm of these amazing programs here in Montgomery County.
oh, sure. Well, not total at the helm. I do have coworkers with Matt and Angela and Chris and
Right.
and Sharon. So it's not the Charlie show. I like the Terrell show. But,
Yeah, it's my
the Terrell
show.
show. But you know, we do have
And her show.
Yeah,
her show.
our show.
Yeah, our show.
All right,
Share the
so-
show.
Yeah, share the show.
You know, but we do have a good group who've been together a long time. I mean, the 5 of us really been together for almost 20 years since I've been there. So there's been the same 4 of us, you know. So hopefully we work off of each other. We offer things. We look up things all the time online. We look at stuff across the country, what's new.
And you're a trusted team,
Yes.
and there's something to be said truly for having a trusted team and,
Yes.
and really moving those programs forward.
Sure.
So I think that's wonderful. And so we are out of time today. It's gone so fast, and we're
Yes.
so happy that you were here with us today.
I am so glad that you invited me. So
Thank you, and thank you so much for watching and really sharing with Charlie as he was telling his story and telling your story with Terrell and Nick. We hope that you enjoyed chatting with Charlie and that maybe for all of us there'll be just a little bit more fun in your life after tonight. So thank you so much. It'll be funner,
funner,
and
funner.
awesomer.
And
And
awesome.
Funner and awesomer.
Yes.
Yes.
Please join us next time on Telling Your Story with Terrell and Nick, where we will have another special guest in Montgomery County telling his story. So Terrell, what do you think? Should we just keep?
Yes, let's keep moving forward.
Absolutely, we're going
Yeah.
to keep moving forward. And Charlie, do you think we should just keep having more fun?
Always.
Always.
More fun. More funner. It always gets more funner.
So
Yes,
ladies and
more
gentlemen,
funner.
our takeaway today is it just gets more, shall we say it together?
Let's do it.
Funner.
Funner.
Don't forget, send us your letters to our email to letterstoterrellandnick@gmail.com to let us know what's on your mind. And we might even what?
We might read it on the air.
We may even read it on the air. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Yes, keep moving forward.
Bye, everybody.